the goals of cultural Marxism. It's what I like to call the leftist zombie. And socialism, socialism, socialism. They're like, yeah, move left, left, left. Well, leftism and socialism, the union, many leftists, many liberals, many communists, many socialists want to achieve. On the extreme left,
Hello there, and welcome to episode 3 of The Descent of Man-osphere, the series that exposes the ways in which the Man-osphere is trying to reverse human evolution and drag us back into the fucking sea. And we're at episode 3 already, can you believe it? Ugh. And people said it would never last. They said, Kev, you'll never achieve anything in life, you're a fucking loser. Well, you know what? Fuck you, Dad! And today we're dealing with Aaron Clarey. Yes, Captain Capitalism himself. And that, by the way, is not a nickname I've given him to make him sound like a right-wing, money-grabbing, money-obsessed piece of shit. That's a nickname he uses for himself. Well, how best to describe Aaron Clarey? Well, he's a blogger, he's an author, he's a wannabe economist. In fact, actually, he's known as the economist of the manosphere. Yes, and he seems to take great pride in that for some fucking reason, even though he's essentially self-appointed to that role, and he's not very good at it. And that brings up the first point about him, that he's got a fucking terminal case of the Dunning-Kruger effect. He thinks he's the fucking shit. And you know just how fucking appalling he is by the fact that he's got the Davis-Orini seal of approval.
Aaron Clarey, on the other hand, he is part of our generation. I believe he's 33 years old, and the economics he focused on, him and Peter Schiff could have a great conversation. I think they agree on just about everything. But Aaron, he is going to focus on the stuff that matters to us. So I highly recommend his blog, I highly recommend his YouTube channel, and I highly recommend this book.
In fact, their bromance is a truly beautiful thing, people. Just drink it in. Can't you just feel the love they have for themselves and the hatred and bile they have for anyone else who isn't exactly like them?
Could you imagine what more productive advancing of society work the likes of Rouge, Royce, Rollo Tomasi, Dennis Magan, myself, Orini, geniuses.
Yes, that's right, people. He thinks that Davis-Orini is a genius. Yes, we're dealing with a fucking shit muncher of the most epic kind. Now, Aaron Clarey thinks that everyone who opposes him in any way whatsoever is either a liberal or socialist, communist, feminist, and for him those words seem to be utterly interchangeable. Even though the rest of us see that there are big differences between those things, he basically lumps them all into one big thing. Now, I was going to do a huge list of the people and the things that he has claimed to be either socialist or communist, but it just went on for too fucking long. But suffice it to say that on that list were librarians, Barack Obama, and the US economy. Yes, we're dealing with a man here who thinks that the fucking United States economy is socialist.
That's so dumb.
Now, the only reason that anyone's ever heard of this fleck of crusted pig spunk is because he wrote an article for Return of Kings, which is Roche's fucking racist, sexist, homophobic, fucking misogynist circle jerk of a website. And he was calling for a boycott of the new Mad Max film because apparently it was a feminist fucking wet dream or whatever, right? And he got really, really butthurt when everyone in the fucking world called him out for it, right? Even the fucking Daily Mail, which for those who aren't from Britain or don't know what the Daily Mail is, it's the most right-wing, horrific, misogynist, woman-hating fucking newspaper in the world. It's an anti-feminist's fucking playground of a thing, and even they called him out and called him a prick for this. Another occasion upon which Clarey got really fucking butthurt was when he released his book called A Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. Yes, and that is as fucking racially motivated as it might seem. And he was criticised roundly for being a racist piece of shit, and he is, don't get me wrong, but he's not quite the same racist as his bestie Davis-Orini, or certainly not openly so. Where Davis-Orini is a fucking neo-fascist piece of shit, he's more your kind of old school ignorant racist. He's essentially a kind of Fox News race baiting fucking random generator machine. You just type in any kind of racial thing and he'll just pop out with the usual shit like, oh, black men don't look after their children, or black people just want to live on a government check. And that last one is an absolutely prime example of his fucking deplorable, disgusting, almost, dare I say it, Dickensian fucking attitude towards poor people.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Parasite.
Another thing you'll find with Aaron Clarey is that he talks a good game in terms of empiricism and logic and reason. He says, oh, I only want to deal with facts and numbers and reality and all the rest of it, until it conflicts with his preconceived notions and political ideas. Like, global warming. He's happy to go against all the fucking scientists on that one. Or, the fact that he thinks he is more qualified to talk about mental health than the vast majority of mental health professionals in the world. He does the typical right-wing thing of coming out and saying that basically only the mental illnesses that are really outwardly obvious are real and the rest of them are fake. So if you're bipolar or suffering from some sort of depression or whatever, no, fuck you, you're faking it according to Aaron Clarey. Yeah?
You fucking cunt.
And his open contempt for education is just fucking repugnant.
You major in a worthless fucking liberal arts degree. Take away what academics, Karl Marx, your sociology professor, your political science professor, take that all away and throw it all away. They're fucking idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. I went to St. John's Lutheran in Lanham, Wisconsin. It should be a nuclear testing ground. The teachers in that school were not teachers. It was a goddamn cult. These people ought to be hunted down and murdered like the Jews hunted down Nazis after World War II. These are not good people. I mean, teachers are evil. Most teachers are fucking scum.
What a prick.
Some people have claimed that Aaron Clarey is a misogynist, but I really just don't see it.
Are you an idiot? Of course he is a misogynist.
What do you mean, Rory Katz?
Rose eclipse.
But to people who are at least savvy about finance and economics, men, I've seen girls like this gorgeous girl, just gorgeous. I thought she was wearing a high sweater. It was a tattoo all the way around her neck. It just ruined it. That's like plastering a Ferrari with a bunch of leftist socialist bumper stickers. Sergeant Ruppy Fluffalo has more intelligence in his stuffed brain than the average 23-year-old girl or girl. Well, just tell women whatever they want to hear. What do you? Yes, you're fucking gorgeous. There's always a catch. There is always a catch with these girls. Okay. You're going to go out into the world thinking that you're going to find a girl that doesn't have a major flaw. They don't exist. Every girl, at least in the Western countries, has a major fucking flaw. Major. Not minor, deal breaking. It sucks like having girls rather go suck the metaphorical dick of a government check than go on a date with you because you ain't got any better, and all that other shit. But I think a lot of women that have a lot of tattoos are just mentally ill. Women hit 60, 65, they're fucking worthless. They're fucking worthless. Or we just all lie to like, oh yeah, big is beautiful. You ever see any really happy feminists or fat chicks? If you find a girl who's beautiful, intelligent, has a job, like really professional, guarantee that she's psycho. If you have a girl who's sane, who's intelligent, has a job, guarantee that she's ugly or fat, right? Like a gal who's 6 feet tall, if she's $150, that's not too bad. But if she's like 5 foot and she's $150, that's gross. You have to realize that their beauty carries them so far. Society, be it government because they want their votes, or corporations because they want their money, because women piss away money like you couldn't believe. Not a coincidence Democrats and women are going to win the same. Wait till you date a lot and you deal with psycho and bipolar and crazy Miss Kitties and just the unacceptable quality, the piss poor quality of women in America. A woman's wet dream come true. Money without responsibility, yay! Watch the Gen X women. Already they're miserable and divorced. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean now.
Good. Now give me some fucking chicken.
I'll get you some chicken in a bit, Rory Katz. I'm just doing the video, okay? So anyway, yeah, it turns out that Aaron Clarey is a massive misogynist pile of fucking dog vomit. But anyway, moving on. For me, the two videos that best sum up Aaron Clarey, and certainly the sort of small pathetic, shriveled little man that he is inside, are two videos that actually don't discuss things that he discusses very often. The first of which is his global warming denialism, and the second of which is false rape allegations. Because, you know, we couldn't have a video about someone in the Man-osphere without talking about fucking rape, could we? Now, the first of these two videos is entitled Paul Thornton of the LA Times, which I know sounds like an inauspicious start, but stick with it, right? This gets fucking good and crazy pretty quick.
Let's talk about Paul Thornton. I try to look him up. This is the idiot over at the LA Times. And honestly, people, it's another let's peer behind the curtain and see the fucking Wizard of Oz, and he's this emaciated little pathetic putz. Paul Thornton is this idiot at the LA Times that says he ain't publishing no more comments on the editorial board. For anyone that disagrees about global warming deniers. A lot of people call criticism or foul play on me because I don't post everybody's comments either. And there's a hair of difference, but it's a pretty big hair of difference. When you post stupid shit on my blogs and my YouTube video or whatever, I'll delete them. Or if I know for a fact, like I have the empirical data.
Just like we have the empirical proof to show that actually global warming is a fucking fact and is really happening, and that humans are having some impact upon that. That's the thing with Clarey, he can't hold a consistent position on anything. He's for empiricism until it disproves him, and then he's not. He's a fucking joke.
But if you look at global warming, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that global warming isn't happening, that it's not anthropologic, whatever, man-made, whatever. The dude is becoming a Nazi and going against free speech. The dude is becoming a Nazi and going against free speech. When you post stupid shit on my blogs and my YouTube video or whatever, I'll delete them. Becoming a Nazi, I'll delete them. I'll delete them. Now, okay, let's think about this, people. He's the editor of the LA Times.
No, actually, he's the letters editor of the Los Angeles Times, yes. Great research there, by the way, from the empiricist-in-chief.
He's the editor of the LA Times. That's a pretty fucking big deal, don't you think? LA Times, pretty big. Editor, pretty big. Dude fucking was an intern in 2004. I graduated in 97. That meant I interned in 93. So we do the math. He's 10 years younger than me, so he's still in his 20s. Upper 20s, early 30s. He's already the editor of a major newspaper?
No, he's not.
So it's either he's a really awesome journalist, or maybe the newspaper is about to collapse, or it's just a rag.
Or you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So either an amazingly advanced 28, 29, 30, 31, 32-year-old guy is making waves and has already made it to editor of the LA Times, or maybe the LA Times is just this shit.
Or you just still don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You got a 30-year-old, roughly, I'm estimating, Paul, tell me if I'm wrong, you got a 30-year-old who I can't find nothing about nobody on. I know he graduated from UC Berkeley, so he's biased to the left. I'm assuming he majored in journalism, so he didn't like math, he didn't want to work hard at life.
How very empirical. It's just like watching Einstein do his work, I'm sure.
I could be completely wrong.
You are. You are completely wrong.
Paul, don't worry about it. You don't have to send me nothing. I'll have my people look into it. Me, this no-name blogger, without a fucking degree in journalism. I'm guessing what your degree is. A hobbyist blogger. I got more fucking media and journalism pull than you'll ever have.
What the fuck?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Clarey, a fucking shitty little blogger off the internet, thinks he has more fucking media pull than the fucking letters editor of the Los Angeles Times. What the... I mean, it's your... what?
They're gonna pull up shit on you, and they'll be able to give me a full, what's the word of it, dossier on you. But I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right. You could just say, and we don't like this opinion, go fuck yourselves. And Zig Heil, hey, do you know how to goose step? Well, you better learn. It's called the Berkeley goose step. Do it with me now. Do it with me. Berkeley goose step. Do it with me now. Zig Heil. Zig Heil. It's...
What I love about that clip is just at the end there, that ridiculous little laugh and that shit-eating grin. Like he just said the cleverest shit in the world rather than some crazy fucked up nonsense.
Someone in my group, my network, my lieutenants, my economists, my agents in the field.
Sad, pathetic little pricks with huge delusions of self-importance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go that you're just this guy who should be a full-grown man, but you're still in that, yeah, man, let's bring down your sister, man. Yeah.
Oh, for a second there I thought you were having a stroke. But sadly, it turned out not to be the case. Never mind.
I kept getting articles and links from, like, the LA Times or the Berkeley paper or whatever, interviewing this guy, and this guy interviewing other people within the industry. I'm like, well, isn't that a little bit cronyistic? Why are you interviewing people within yourselves?
Evil, sexist plot against women by men who like to kill whores in Grand Theft Auto 5 and then take their money.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's you being interviewed by your fucking bestie Davis Orena. Yes. Oh, that's right. You're a massive fucking hypocrite, aren't you?
That's what you, quote, professionals do in the mainstream media. You simply interview and suck each other's cock.
Sucking each other's cocks. Really? Do you want me to play the clip again of you and Aurenie engaging in mutual fellatio?
I start to realize I'm just as legit, probably even more so than you, because I ain't got no political agenda. I'm saying socialism, socialism, socialism. Like, this is not money that Barack's magical flying job farting unicorn just farted out. Well, feminists and feminism has done pretty much the same thing with women. They've co-opted women and claimed that they're for women, when in reality they're not. It really is just a thinly veiled thing for communism, but we're not going to go into that. To start a business requires two things, and most Democrats do not have it: a work ethic and intelligence. You know what's sad is that you leftists, you really don't tender empirical arguments. It's all emotional. You disgusting fucking vermin. You fucking filthy foul people. It is no shock that the majority of librarians are leftists, touchy-feely types, and they get their government check, and that's how it is. So there's always going to be a leftist bias against conservative, right-leaning, libertarian-type books. And the three components to the leftist protesting zombie, or the crusader, is laziness, ego, and the destruction principle. Yes, the Democrats want to go full steam over that socialist communist cliff. Again, if you are emotionally attached to leftism and socialism, the union, and labor, and fuck the corporations, if that's how you jerk off at night, you're not reasonable, you're not rational, you're not sane, and you have no desire to adhere to reality. I figure you Democrats and you socialists have been, milking the United States. You know, if you fuck up and you still want this, then you gotta go beg for Barack Obama to give you other people's money, because you fucked up. And accurately diagnose these leftist environmentalist vermin for, scum.
Of course you've got no political agenda.
I'll go interview him, and I put it on the podcast. So, people like, this may or may not be relevant to you, but like Silvio Canto.
Oh, Silvio Canto. Right, oh sorry, my bad.
We're doing it as a hobby. And then when you go and interview other people, you're thinking like, well, this is kind of fake. It's so fake! That's the whole point, guys! Let me tell all my comrades in arms, you think we're fake? Not that we were aiming to be fake, we just thought it'd be really interesting. Oh, this guy's got something interesting over here, let's talk to him. We're way more legit than the mainstream media is now. Way more, because we're honest! We're fucking honest! And I'll be politically, intellectually honest. You can see this in Fox News. Sean Hannity interviewing Ann Coulter. Jesus fucking Christ. Will you people stop being such fucking elitists?
Well, Coulter, what do you think about Republicans suck?
So let me get this right, Aaron. Your version of political and intellectual honesty is to claim that Fox News is anti-Republican. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've finally found someone who is more fucking dishonest than Fox News. I didn't think it was possible, but we did it. And not just that, but he did a fucking Fox News bit to prove he was more dishonest than Fox News.
And I'm an editor of the LA Times, and we're not going to talk about this anymore, and everyone's got to pay more taxes, and capitalists suck, and let's go to... Because that's what you're saying, Paul, isn't it? And at any time you can make a responsitory... Is that a good word? Is that a word? Responsitory video? I like that. We're going to stick with it. I create words. If you read every book I've written, there's always a new word I create. And I'm like, what's the real word? And I'm like, no, I like that word. I'm sticking with this made-up word.
That was when your simple-minded belligerence met your fucking staggering levels of inarticulacy.
I just want to figure out, like, you know, if my theories are correct. Like, you major in a worthless fucking liberal arts degree.
Well, it's obviously not that fucking worthless, is it, really? Considering by the age of 30, he's already achieved more than you ever will in your entire fucking life, you pathetic little cunt.
Hold on. Wait for it. Pound!
But anyway, let's move on to his video called Rant Against False Rape Accusations. You knew it was fucking coming, people. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you for this at all, okay? But you could have done something to prevent this, couldn't you, really? See what I did there? I flipped the rape thing around.
I'm done with the rape. I'm done. Lady Gaga came out and said, oh, she was raped too. Everybody's been fucking raped. And I got news for you girls. I'm done. I don't believe you anymore.
Go and pour yourselves a large drink, people. This could be a rough one.
I'm gonna tell you a story and you better fucking listen good.
Oh, fuck off.
Right, now during this video he gives a fucking ridiculous long-winded account of a story that happened to him in college. Basically all you need to know was it was a false rape allegation and he was made to look a fucking prick, and for some reason this has poisoned his mind to any concept of rape whatsoever anyway.
So let me explain why it's bullshit, why I have such a condescending tone.
'Cause you're a massive piece of shit? Perhaps?
I do believe there are genuine victims of rape. There are women who are genuinely raped.
Well, that is just fucking groundbreaking stuff, Mr. Clarey. Thank you. What fantastic insight. Lead us, O wise one.
And it's tragic, it's sad, it's horrible. But all you attention-whoring whores going out there claiming you're raped when you weren't. When some guy, like, you know, tried to cop and get underneath the sweater but not the bra, and oh, that's rape. Oh, it's running 3 women were raped. You know what? You really make it hard for the remaining women that actually were genuine victims of rape.
Whereas you ranting angrily about not believing any woman who comes forward with an accusation of rape is supposed to be doing them some fucking good, is it?
To hunt down the rapist, any man, any real person who has a moral caliber within him will hunt down the rapist. It is disgusting, sad, sick fucking shit.
Well, I'm glad that's how you feel, Aaron. Maybe you could tell basically everyone else in the fucking manosphere who have come out and said that they wouldn't even fucking help out a woman who was being raped in front of their very fucking eyes. You're involved in a movement who you claim to be fucking scumbags and who are not real men. And you know what? In that instance, I agree with you. They're not real fucking men. They're horrible, disgusting, selfish, misogynist cunts.
It's really sad. But that's the statistical reality you cunts have put in front of us right now. Now it's like, well, okay, statistically speaking, today, in 2014, 90% of the rape accusations are all fake and false.
Now, he didn't leave a link in the description box for that particular statistic, but I actually managed to track it down. He got it from his ass. Yes, that's right. He plucked it right out of his anus, didn't he? You couldn't even be bothered to come up with a fucking believably fake stat like, I don't know, 60%. You know you had to go with 90%. You're such a fucking prick, you really are. So basically, this one fucking story that happened to him in college over 20 fucking years ago, right, where a woman made him look a little bit silly by issuing a false rape accusation, which, by the way, we've only got his fucking say-so was ever a real thing anyway, that he got so fucking butthurt about that he's prepared to throw actual real rape victims under the bus. Yes, what a fine upstanding member of the manosphere. Wanker! So even though those two videos don't really tend to focus too much on his two most hated groups and the two groups he can't stop fucking talking about ever, that being leftists and feminists, I think they sum him up quite nicely, because you get to see the sort of real person behind all the fucking bile and bluster. In the first video, he rambles on for fucking ages about something that he's got completely fucking wrong, because he's such a poor quality journalist that he didn't even fucking look it up. A 10-second Google search, he couldn't find the information, so he just made shit up as he went along. And yet was more than prepared to speak with absolutely undeserved confidence on a topic that he knew fuck all about. You get to see the rambling, incoherent tangents that he goes off on, and the fucking inane, stupid, irritating fucking voices that he always does when he's doing an impression of someone that he fucking disagrees with in any way whatsoever. You get to see the pathetic self-aggrandizement of a fucking small-minded little prick who thinks somehow that even though he's a shitty little blogger, he has more fucking media pull and influence than the fucking guy who he thinks, wrongly, is the editor of the Los Angeles Times. For fuck's sake! You get to see his lack of honesty or any kind of intellectual integrity, and his total fucking hypocrisy when it comes to his supposed love of empiricism and logic. Then in the second video, you get to see his misogyny exposed for all the world to see. The fucking bile and anger that spews forth from his words are just dripping with his hatred for women. And then, of course, the pièce de résistance, his habit for just making shit up on the spot in order to suit his preconceived narrative, with the whole 90% of rape allegations nowadays are false, which is total fucking bollocks. And the fact that you would make something up like that, Aaron, means you are a fucking truly deplorable asshole. So all there is left to say really is, Aaron Clarey, Captain Capitalism, you massive fucking dickhead, and go fuck yourself.